everyone, Michelle Deck here in Branson, Missouri. We've been accelerating your artistry with our songwriting series. This is, I believe, number 10, and we're wrapping up our series. I'm so excited to help you find the next step. We've talked about so many wonderful things, and you've got your lyrics crafted. They're sharp, they're tight, they're focused. You've got a great form, you've got your rhymes, you've got your prosody and your cadence, and you've got a good melody working for you, and you figured out some chords to go with it. You've got a great song. Now what? I totally understand that feeling. Well, a lot of people at this point get concerned about copyright. How do I protect this song so nobody steals it from me? Well, let me put your mind at ease. Copyright law says that you as the songwriter are the owner of the song and you are legally protected immediately when the song is finished in some fixed format. Now, that means either words and notes on paper, or a typed lyric sheet or a handwritten lyric sheet plus a recording of the melody. Just sing it a cappella into a cassette recorder or to your computer, record it on a CD. As long as both the words and the melody are fixed in some medium and you have a copyright notice, copyright your name and the year it was completed, you are the legal copyright owner of that song and you are protected by law. So congratulations, you already are a copyright owner and you don't have to worry about that. And any legitimate person in the music business understands that and will not try to steal your songs from you. But if you're going to take your song a step further, consider having it recorded by a recording artist or take it to a music publisher, or especially if you want to take your song and put it anywhere on the internet, which as you know is accessible by anyone who wants to do anything with it. It's a good idea to go ahead and officially register your copyright with the U.S. Copyright Office in the Library of Congress. I know it sounds very scary because you're dealing with government forms, but it's really not that complicated and it's very easy to do. So this is what you do. In general, if you have one song, you can go online to, I believe it's copyright.gov, or you can just Google Library of Congress Copyright Office. And for a song, you're looking for Form PA. For performing arts. That's what songs fall under. Later, if you record the song and want to copyright that recording, you're looking for Form SR for sound recording. But for songs themselves, the words and melody are copyrighted with Form PA for performing arts. And you can do most or all of the registration online now, which is wonderful. So you can pay the fee. For online registration of a copyright is either $35 if it's one song by one author, one composer, one person writing it, or if you have a song with more than one composer, like somebody did part of the words, part of the melody, so you have more than one author, composer, songwriter on that song, or if you're doing a collection of songs, that fee is now, currently as of this recording date, $55. But the good news is there's no limit to how many songs you can copyright at one time if you do it as a collection. I was so excited when I learned about this because if you are becoming a prolific songwriter and you want to register a bunch of songs, that could get pricey at $35 or $55 a piece. So try it this way. Put your songs together as a collection. And there's no limit to how many songs there can be. I know Mary Dawson, my songwriting mentor, has said she has done at least 20 songs at one time as a collection. I'm about to do the same thing. I'm about to send in a collection between 30 and 40 songs. That gets very, very handy. The important thing to remember, though, is that you keep a list of what titles are in that collection, because when you get your official form back registering your copyright, the titles are not going to be listed there. So you have to know as the copyright owner what songs were copyrighted in that collection. So you can do maybe the songs of Michelle Deck Volume 1, and next time maybe Volume 2, and so on. So make that easy on yourself and do it as a collection. Now, you do have to submit some type of sample of the song, both lyric and melody. You can either upload that if you have a recording on your computer, you can upload it that way, or you can complete the forms and pay the fee online and then send a hard copy by mail with either a typed lyric sheet and a recorded on a cassette or CD or if you have the melody written down on staff paper in note form with your lyric, you can do it that way too. So the Copyright Office does have to have an actual sample of your song, just the words and the melody. Your chords, your rhythm and harmony are not part of the copywriting process, just the words and the melody. That is your song. And the Copyright Office will have to have some sample of that in their records to document what the song is, and that is what is legally protected for you. So do it online. If you want to do everything on paper, you can still do that. You can download the paper form, complete it, and mail everything in. I believe the fee is $85 as of the time of recording. So you can see it does save you some money to do at least part of the process online and go from there. So just rest assured you are protected from the time your song is finished and put in some kind of fixed medium. But if you want to take it further, especially if you want to share it with the world anywhere online, registering it officially with the Copyright Office is a very good idea. And if you're not in the US, your own country probably has its own copyright laws, and you can look into that process as well. So I encourage you to do that. I'm sure there's some great resources you can look at for your own government offices as well. So you have your copyright. Now what? You may find you know of a recording artist this song would be so perfect for. So what do? How do you get it to that person? Well, now you need a publisher. Actually, as a songwriter, you are already, by default, the publisher of your own songs. Kind of a DIY, do-it-yourself publisher. If you want to branch out and find a professional publisher to work with you, that's great. But I'm going to share with you some resources how you can learn to be your own publisher. A publisher is like the real estate agent for your songs. They bridge the gap for you between you, the songwriter, and the end consumer, the recording artist, a movie or TV or commercial that would be a good fit for your song. They help promote that song for you. They're also a mentor and a coach for you. A publisher has two hats, as a promoter and as a mentor and coach to help stretch you and help grow you as a songwriter. Now, I will tell you, perfectly honest, I am a singer-songwriter. So all the songwriting I have done up until now, since I was in 8th grade when I registered my very first song for copyright, I was in 8th grade, I'm probably like 12, I've done with keeping in mind a song that I want to sing myself and record and perform myself. You may or may not be a performer, or you may know that there's songs that others would want to record, and that's fantastic. I do not have the knowledge to be able to help you become your own publisher and promote your songs, but I know people that do. I want to highly recommend several books. This is the first one. Mary Dawson, my songwriting mentor. You've heard me talk about her many times throughout this series. She is a dear, dear, wonderful lady and a dear friend. This is her book that has become very highly recommended reading. Somebody called it a must-read for songwriters. They called it the Inside Scoop for Outsiders. How to get somewhere in the music business from nowhere with nothing. If you have no idea where to start, or if you've been writing for years and have gotten burned out by rejection doing things the old music industry way, trying to submit your songs to your big label publishers and getting rejected time after time, this book is for you. Mary also recommends another fantastic book, The Craft and Business of Songwriting by John Brahimi. I've found this on Amazon. I actually just ordered it for myself, so I'm excited to dig into that. Mary and other authors like her will help you find ways to start promoting your songs. It takes you from learning about the performing rights organizations, BMI, ASCAP, CSAC. It's important that you're part of one of those as a songwriter if you want to get your songs out there. But what they are, what the differences are, what they do, how they benefit you to collect your royalties, you can dig into that and learn some more about that. These resources will also help you learn how to create a demo for your songs. A demo for your song is like the calling card for a songwriter, your business card, as it were, for your song. So it's very important that you have a good demo, because as a songwriter, it's only in your head. Once it's actually recorded, even a basic recording can show a publisher, a promoter, or a recording artist what the song will sound like. But you don't want to do it halfway or on a cheesy, drum machine or something. Do it professionally and do it well. But there's some great guidelines, some do's do's and don'ts, things you want to take into consideration and things you don't want to do in your demos. Then these areas will help you learn how to submit your songs, how to package them, how to make them look attractive and professional, and how to submit them to a recording artist, to a recording company, A&R director of a label that you think might be looking for a song like yours. There are ways to do these things, but these are resources that I encourage you to dig into so you can learn more about them. But the other hat that a publisher wears is as a mentor and a coach. And those are things that I do have some great suggestions for you. So are you ready? This is some ways to help stretch yourself as a songwriter. First of all, you want to develop a disciplined reading program. Now, along this whole series, we've talked about several great resources. I think in our first or second or third episode, we talked about tools, and I recommended The Craft of Lyric Writing by Sheila Davis. Sheila Davis also has other great books. She has a songwriter's idea book that's excellent. Of course, Mary Dawson's book, we talked about how to get somewhere in the music business with From Nowhere with Nothing. Phenomenal, and I consider it a must-read for your disciplined reading program. The Craft and Business of Songwriting by John Braheny that we just discussed. I just ordered that. We'll be having a lot of fun learning about that one. So develop a disciplined reading program. Check in your local area for their songwriting groups and get you a songwriter buddy that you can hold yourselves accountable in reading and developing. Set yourself a goal, a time frame. Get through this book in 3 months or 6 months, depending on it. There may be courses you can take online to help stretch yourself as a songwriter, but develop a disciplined, accountable reading program. So that's step number 1. Number 2, this is really fun. Make a list, 10 to 20 hit songs throughout the ages, whether they're recent, whether they're, Broadway songs, popular songs have been recorded by many, many artists, standards, hit songs. And start this exercise. This is a fun exercise. Take the song, you have the melody, you may be able to find what the chords are, but use the melody, toss out the lyric. Write your own lyric to that hit melody. Melodies of hit songs are very memorable, very easily and quickly identifiable, but write your own lyric to it. Now, keep in mind the prosody. Make your subject matter agree with the theme of the music, whether it's cheerful or somber or happy and energetic. Make sure your lyric agrees with that. Keep in mind your cadence so that your stressed syllables fall the same way that the original lyric did. So they fall naturally with the melody, so it's easily sung and easily understood. That's your prosody and your cadence we've talked about. But make your own lyric, completely yours, completely different idea than the original. So you've got that crafted, you've got it shaped, you know you have a great melody, the structure is there. Then take it a step further, throw away the melody and write your own. You have your lyric, write a brand new melody to go along with that lyric. And then presto, you've got your own brand new song that you've written on a hit structure. So that's a fantastic exercise. Try that with many, many songs and stretch yourself. And you'll find yourself using different forms, different techniques in your songwriting that coincide with the hit songs that they were created from. But the song will be completely your own. You have a new lyric and a new melody, and it's all yours. How exciting is that? You can send it off for copyright anytime you want to. That's exciting. Another great idea is to daily attend what my friend Mary calls Songwriting University. Sounds really official, really? Yeah, but no. The radio. Your car radio or a radio at home, have the buttons, have your presets to different types, different genres of music, from country to rock to pop to classical to contemporary Christian, and listen critically. Analyze these songs. These are some things to think about. First of all, what is the hook? Every good hit song, memorable song that's going to be recorded, is going to be aired and shared with the world, is going to have a strong hook. Something that's memorable, that's catchy. I don't know about you, but I know a whole lot of songs that all I can remember is the title and maybe just the hook of the melody line. That's about all I remember about the song. But that's what makes it a good hook, because that's what you remember. You want a strong hook for your songs. Analyze the way that they set up the chorus. They have the verses, and you want to set up the chorus so that it naturally rises and elevates. And you know when you've arrived at the chorus. That's a very important element. How do they set that up? What's the song form? Is it a verse chorus? Does it have a bridge? Is it AABA? Are they all verses like AAA but with a repeating refrain at the beginning or the end? Analyze the song form. What other musical techniques do they use? Do they have a pre-chorus? People call it a climb. Just 2 lines between the verse, but it's not quite the chorus yet. It kind of ramps the chorus up. That's one musical technique you can use. Also, take your instrument and find the chords. This is another thing to take it a step further in advancing your melodies and your harmonies. Analyze the chord structure of the song. To start with the 3 basic chords we talked about last time, your 1, 4, and 5 chord, maybe the 6th chord. That's a good place to start if you're just guessing. Those are very, very common chords in many, many, many popular songs. And try to analyze the chord structure, and that will help you get some ideas when working with your own melodies and your own harmonies as well. So, a disciplined reading program, an exercise of recrafting hit songs, replacing a lyric, then replacing the melody to make your own, and attending Songwriting University, listening critically. You will learn so much just by listening to the hit songs of others and incorporating those. That has helped me so much, analyzing great songwriters that I admire, Mary Dawson, many others, and incorporating, so how do they do that? Why did they do that? Why does that work? Or what rhyme scheme does she have here? This doesn't really seem to rhyme. But how is it? Analyze those things and incorporate those in your own work. You are a unique individual. You have life experiences and hidden places in your heart that are unique to you. And everybody else in the world needs to hear what you have to say, and songwriting is such a wonderful medium to do that. So whether you are a performer or you're just excited about sharing songs with the world and finding others that you want to sing them, I encourage you, review this 10-part series often, find these other resources, and continue to grow and develop your artistry. I am so excited to see the blessings that will come both to you and to the rest of the world, the rest of the musical world as a result. I wish you blessings, encouragement, and many, many wonderful things for many years to come. Please let me know how it's going. Share questions in the comments. You can find me on my Facebook artist page, Michelle Deck Music Artist, and send me questions through Messenger. I'll be glad to help any way I can. Thank you again for being part of this series, being part of our family here at Michelle Deck Music Artist website and Facebook. And I can't wait to see what happens for you down the road. God bless you so much. And keep on writing, keep on singing. God bless you. Bye-bye.